Hey guys, what's going on? It's Josh here with Take 'Em TV, and today is food plot day, or the beginning of us doing our food plot here on one of the pieces of private land that I have the opportunity to deer hunt. So the biggest thing that we struggle with in this area is keeping the deer coming back. So we already have one source of food for them here. Luckily enough, this property has quite a few apple trees that the deer absolutely love. But as soon as all of the apples are gone, the deer disappear. They go off to the neighbor's property for pretty much the entire rest of the season, because the neighbor has a huge cornfield or bean field, and hopefully by us putting out the Illusion Systems primetime food plot, it'll help keep those deer coming back to us, and hopefully we get a chance at some of the ginormous bucks that we have on this property. So that being said, what we're going to do today is we are going to mow out our food plot, get it ready size wise for what we want to do, and with the Illusion Systems food plot, every single one of these boxes that you buy are exactly measured out to a 1/4 acre. So you guys, if you're doing 1 acre, you get 4 of these boxes. Each one of these boxes are roughly $50 with shipping, so it's not that expensive. And with their food plot system, it comes with a multiple of spray on chemicals to help grow your food plot. So we have a soil starter, which is basically going to balance out the pH of our soil. And then we also have a root booster that once your seeds or your plants are germinated, you're going to spray that on, and it's just going to help get more nutrients down, help those roots drive deeper down into the dirt. And then the final one that they have, they call foliage fuel, which is just going to give all those plants even more nutrients to get bigger, grow better, and create a awesome food plot. I was actually able to talk with these guys this year at the Iowa Deer Classic, and they completely sold me on this system. They showed me some videos, they showed me some pictures of what they do with micro plots, essentially what I'm doing. An acre and under is what they said a micro plot was, and I'm only going to be doing 1 kit. It's about all I got room for, but I really hope this shines and brings those deer in for us, so that way we have a chance at some of these massive deer. So like I said, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our mower back, start mowing out our plot, roughly about a 1/4 acre. I've done it on Onyx. I kind of know where it needs to be, but from there we're going to go and start breaking up the dirt. I got a harrow rake, and it should be plenty for what I need to do. If it's not working for me, I'm going to have to go and buy some grass and weed killer, spray it to where I get bare dirt, and then go from there and start on their actual food plot system. But today is all about mowing. What we want to do is get that grass as low as we can and get our plot basically marked out. So we have officially made it back to the area where we are going to be doing our food plot. Pretty much this entire area that you see behind me will be turned into our food plot. So the first step that they recommend to do in this system is mow, get rid of all of the grass that you can, take it down as short as you can, and then what they're going to want you to do is either spray to kill all the grass or disc, rake, do whatever you got to do to get down to bare dirt. So what I'm going to do right now is just start mowing. I'm going to run the mower for a good while. I just want to mow first before I go ahead and stake out my plot, and then from there we are going to start raking, we're going to start harrowing, and get this exactly how we want it, to where it's a pretty good, nice sized plot for these deer to come into. So start mowing. Alright, so we are officially all done mowing. It took me almost an hour and a half to mow this because I wanted to get it down to as close as bare dirt as I possibly could, just because I personally don't have access to any sort of disc or anything. I heavily thought about spraying this with chemicals, and I don't necessarily want to spray a bunch of weed killer because there is rain in the forecast tomorrow. So what I'm actually going to use is this harrow plow right here, or harrower. It should work. I can use it in two different ways, and hopefully I just got to get up as much grass as I can, and that's the plan. I mean, I'm just going to run paths and just try and get as much dirt open as I can, and then I can go ahead and spray the soil starter on this. But so far this is going, I mean, extremely smooth for what I'm doing. It's not too complicated what they want done. However, if you did have, farm equipment, it would be way easier. Unfortunately, I just don't have access to that. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start raking, and hopefully it all works out. So I'll show you guys the aftermath when I am done. Okay, well, the harrow rake is not working exactly how I thought it would. I mean, doing the best with what I got. Like, I got some places that are, they got really good, you're starting to see the dirt come through more. And over here, through this area, it's starting to do really, really well. However, it's just not doing exactly what I need it to do. So might look into some grass killer and use it out here just to help break up the grass to where I'm just down to bare dirt, and I know I'm just dealing with dirt. So one thing I might do, or another thing I might do, is get some cinder blocks to stack on there and kind of get it to stop bouncing around so much. So hopefully we can do that, but I'm gonna look into some stuff and then I'm gonna come back. Alright, we are back. It's a different day. Sorry if it is extremely loud, but I don't know if you guys can see it, but we got a bobcat out here with a rototiller on it, just trying to break up this dirt. The harrow rake would have worked if it was like a month ago, right after we had all that fresh rain. But this ground out here is just, it's so hard packed that I had to bring in something a little bit heavier duty. So the rototiller's doing a good job so far. We got, ground broke up pretty good. It's only gonna get better as he goes. So what I'm gonna do is maybe go ahead and set up a time lapse of just him rototilling. I don't know if you guys enjoy it, but I do. But I think I'm gonna do it on this north half of the food plot up here, just where it's kind of in the shade, and hopefully it'll go quick. So are literally just finishing up the last couple feet right there, but the entire food plot is tilled up, ranging from, I'd say, 8 inches to 4 inches of tillage. It is incredibly uneven right now, so I'm gonna have to come out here and drag it with a grate to even it up a bit before I go ahead and spray the fertilizer and lay the seed. But this is looking so much better than the harrow rake that I was trying to use. I don't think I had a chance using the harrow rake. This ground is incredibly tough, like it's rock hard. Even the rototill is struggling a little bit in some areas. But this is exactly the kind of ground prep that we are looking for with our food plot, with any food plot, not just the Illusion Systems food plot, but just good bare dirt. That's what we're looking for. Obviously we got some dead grass, but when we rake it, when we level it, it should catch a fair bit of the grass and pull it off the top. But overall, this is looking incredibly good. So looks like we are just about to finish up over here and get the final shot for you guys. And we're back. We're back out at the food plot. I know the last clip that you guys saw, we were out here with the skid loader, tilling it up, making it get all loosey-goosey for us to come in here and plant seed. And today was supposed to be planting day. However, last night we had a huge thunderstorm come through and it dumped 3 to 5 inches of rain in my area and kind of ruined our chance at planting today. I tried to drag this a little earlier today and it's just way too wet. It's way too muddy. I had the side-by-side all caked up and it wasn't doing good. It wasn't looking good. So unfortunately we could not plant today. I was really hoping that today we could get it in the ground. However, we still got a few weeks for a timeline to leave this open before we like absolutely need to plant for bow season. But with that being said, I did come out here today and I did get some work done. I ended up doing my deer fence, my 3D deer fence. And I know some of you guys have probably heard about 3D deer fences, fencing off food plots. And I'm sure some of you guys have seen videos on what people do for, you know, a 3D deer fence. However, I chose to do mine just a little bit differently. I didn't have a ton of money to spend on my fence, so I chose to go without the Energizer. So this is a non-electric 3D deer fence. It's just something that I couldn't swing this year. I couldn't pay for the Energizer kit. I couldn't do all the grounding rods. However, I still went ahead and used everything for it. Is electric fence capable. So I got my T-posts with my insulators. I got poly wire instead of poly tape. And then out there, those are step-in electric fence post holders basically. They're way cheaper than T-posts. But In the future, you know, next year, year after that, if the non-electric fence doesn't work for me, then I might go ahead and purchase an Energizer, you know, really get this thing zapping deer so they stay out of our food plot, because that is the one thing that we struggle with here. We have food for them now. We got apple trees all over the property. I mean, right behind me, there's a ton of them. And the deer come here like crazy for those apples. But once the apples are gone, we really lose the deer coming through our area. And they're actually over on the neighbor's side because they have a massive cornfield or bean field. And they spend a lot of their time over there. And occasionally we get a couple pass-throughs, but nothing like we want. So that is the big reason on why we went ahead and did the food plot this year. But overall, I'm extremely happy with the fence. It was simple, but yet a little hard. I mean, me myself, it took me almost 4 hours to put up a 5-strand deer fence, but it wasn't too terrible. All right, now if you guys don't know what a 3D deer fence is, essentially what it is 2 rows of fence. What you're trying to do is you're trying to fool the deer because they have a hard time with depth perception with their eyes. Instead of being on the front of their face, their eyes are kind of on the side of their face. So they have a hard time seeing depth sometimes. So right here, you guys can see pretty well. I have the first fence and then I have the second fence, and we have about a 3-foot gap running all the way around the property between the 2 fences. So what that's gonna do is basically act like a deterrent, and they're gonna hopefully not be able to jump through. If they are able to jump through, some of them might get through, some of them might not. That's the only chance you take with you know, not running this as an electric fence. If it was electric, this thing would be absolutely foolproof. No deer would be getting in here. However, with me running a non-electric this year, I just want to see how it works. And hopefully it works great. I mean, I made myself a little door right here. You guys can tell, I got my handles. So that way I can get the quad and the ATV in here and everything. Drag it, put my fertilizer down, spread my seed, do whatever I got to do with an ATV. But I'm super happy with how this turns out. And I will see you guys back here in probably a couple days, maybe next weekend. To come out here and actually throw seed, plant seed, and get something in the ground. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, what's going on, everyone? Today is officially planting day for our food plot. So it's about 5 days after the really heavy rain that we had, where we got almost 6 inches of rain within 5 hours, and then we had some more the day after, and the food plot is finally dry enough. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's finally dry enough for me to go ahead and drag it with the harrow rake to get the top layer of this soil all nice and opened up for our actual seed. Now, once we get the dirt opened up, we are going to put down a soil conditioner provided by Illusion Systems. It is their soil starter, and all what it does basically, it is going to balance out the pH of your soil to optimize it for their seeds that are in their kit. All what you do, it's an 8-ounce bottle of their concentrate. You mix that in with 2 gallons of water, and you will go ahead, walk your plot, just spray it on a mist mode, as they said. You can plant right afterwards, or you can go ahead, wait a day or 2, and then plant right after that. But after that, I'm gonna spray it today. I'm gonna throw the seed today, and then once we throw the seed, what we are going to do is actually take the side-by-side, 4-wheeler, whatever, and just start driving all over the food plot, because we want to get that seed to kind of bury down into the soil. They recommend anywhere from a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch, and once that is good, you hope for rain. But in my case, we're not going to be getting anytime soon, so I actually have a 15-gallon ATV side-by-side sprayer where I am going to fill it up with water, drive this plot, 3 or 4 times with that 15-gallon water sprayer just to get the seeds started. And then I have rain coming next week, the week after, and that should help get them to bloom. And then we will be out here right after that spraying on their fertilizer, and then after that, a couple weeks after that, we will be out here spraying their foliage spray. The whole kit, I mean, all 3 of those things, the soil conditioner, the fertilizer, and then their foliage spray, all come with the kit, with the seed, and it's $50. So not too bad of a deal, but we are going to get started on dragging this food plot. All right, so we just got done raking up the soil. We got a nice loose layer on top, about 1 inch, 2 inches down around the whole 1/4 acre. But now what we're going to go ahead and do is use our 2-gallon sprayer, and we are going to use the first step in their system. It is called the soil starter. And this right here, you just want to go ahead and add to 2 gallons of water. You're going to spray it on the entire plot on a mist setting, and then you are good to seed. So they make this simple extremely easy to use. I mean, literally anyone can do it. They're giving you all the tools, everything you need to make an amazing food plot for deer to come and enjoy for season, for you to keep big deer around and everything. But right now we're going to go ahead, put in our soil starter, and start spraying. Now, with this concentrate that they provide you within their kit, their instructions specifically say to spray using a mist pattern, and it looked like in their instructional video that they were walking pretty quick through it. I mean, you have 2 gallons of water to cover essentially a 1/4 acre. So you do the math. You got to walk kind of quick when it comes to stuff like this. But first thing we want to do is build some pressure up in our sprayer, and then we want to test the stream because we want that mist just like that, just a good mist. And then for using a wand, we're going to want to get pretty close to the ground just to make sure it all gets into the ground like it's supposed to, while maintaining pressure in our bottle. Alright, so now that we have the soil starter sprayed over our entire 1/4 acre, the next step is seed. Finally, we're going to move on to seed. So this is their seed packet. Included, we have Taper Daikon radish, Purple Top turnips, Titan forage rape, Bayou kale, Impact forage collars, Dwarf Siberian kale, some other crop, some weed seeds, and some insert matter is what it says. So as per their instructions, they want us to use a hand seeder, something you're going to sit there, walk, and hand broadcast. Now, the way they want you to use it is to use your control door, however your hand seeder works, wherever your controls is, they want you to open it up to the first slot as to where seed first starts coming out and start walking. I mean, you have a 1/4 acre to cover with this one bag right here. So as you can tell, you're going to be walking quick, but you want to get the seed spread around. I would recommend starting somewhere in the middle, just so that way, you know, you're not throwing seed off to the side and wasting it. Now that we have seed in the ground or on the ground, what we need to do is pack it in, drive over it, do whatever you need to do to get that seed down into the ground, and then you wait for water, or in my case, I'm gonna water. I just don't have an option. I need to get this stuff in the ground, and my only option is to water it. So right now I'm gonna just start driving the side-by-side around, you know, packing it down, get it in the dirt, and then I'm gonna go fill up the water tank, and we're gonna start dumping water down. All right, it's been a while since I filmed anything on this video. And today we finally pulled out the 3D deer fence that we put up around our food plot, and I'm going to show you guys the food plot. Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping it was going to be a little better than this. However, I get it, you know, you're dealing with soil that might, you know, never been planted before. I also got trees back here, apple trees that are sucking out nutrients out of the soil as well. So, but for what it is, I'm pretty happy with it. I think we should do pretty well. A lot of what I planted grew. I just wish it grew better. So turn the camera around and I will show you guys. All right, well, here we go. Walking through the food plot. I mean, we got some good brassicas popping up everywhere within this tall grass. However, wish the grass really wasn't here. We do have some pretty good sized turnips that are coming up through it. As you guys can see right there, turnips are coming up slowly. We do have some bigger ones that are over there, but this is essentially the food plot. I mean, stuff grew. The stuff I planted grew, definitely. I just wish it would have grown a little better, to be honest. But I know the deer have been in here last couple days. They broke down my 3D deer fence and they've been in here quite a bit. But as you can tell, this whole part of the food plot is pretty barren. And I don't know if that was due to weather, rain, sun cover, really, you know, like obviously that area over there right now is in complete direct sunlight, and it's in complete direct sunlight for most of the day. However, this area that I'm in over here is in shade most of the day. But I was pretty hopeful because this was like the first strip that we had pop up, and it looked really good, really strong right away, but just kind of let me down. So overall, I'm not going to say it was a complete waste of time, because obviously, you know, these plants are still going to grow when we get rain and throughout the winter as it, you know, continues to warm up and everything. But I'm not extremely happy with it. However, that is a food plot that I think will work pretty good for what it is. So we only got a couple target deer out here, and if this can help bring them in, or this can help bring the does in, I'm pretty stoked about it. So overall, I'd say the success with the food plot was average at best. For my first time doing it, I've definitely learned a little bit on what I need to do and take care of this area just a little more. But overall, I'm sad with the outcome of it. However, I think it will work still. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was took a long time to film, honestly. Couple months I've been out here working, but what can you do? You can't make things grow that don't want to grow. So, but with that being said, please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. It's free, it only helps me out. Go ahead, check out the blind video that I posted in my last video. It's a pretty sweet blind made by Guide Gear. It's a 6-foot tower blind. Super cheap, super affordable. You know, you don't got to spend 13, 14, even, you know, 2,500 bucks on it. That right there, you can get it right now for about 500 bucks. So definitely go check that out. And then make sure you hit the like button and put a comment down on this video. Maybe you guys can help me out with what I did wrong. Or maybe you guys can, you know, give me some pointers to help me out throughout this video. So with that being said, I really appreciate everything you guys do for me, and I'll freaking see you later. Peace.